into small medical procedures with their cooperation. So we train behaviours so we can see in the areas that would be really difficult if we didn't do it through training, such as inside their mouth. So I can check on his teeth and his tongue, make sure he doesn't need a trip to the dentist. Now if you can see inside Atari's mouth, you can see his teeth are very darkly stained, they're actually black, brown and orange. This is a nice healthy mouth. The discoloration just comes from fish oil, so it's not plaque or anything, that's exactly what we want to see in their mouths. So we do target training as well, so this is my target stick, and this just gives the sea lion, fur seals, a nice clear visual instruction of where we would like them to go. So we can move them around their enclosure, but also we can move them into transportation crates if we need to move them on to another zoo. Now if I want to look under Atari's flippers, we've trained a behaviour called flipper raise. So we just ask him to lift it up. I want to see properly. Thank you. So you can see underneath there is no cuts or abrasions. They obviously put a lot of weight on their flippers as they do go running around. So a quick visual check, I can see it's all in good order. Now we also desensitise to our touch. We do this first of all to their flippers, because if we need to retrieve a blood sample, this is the best area to do it. They've got very large veins in their flippers. So if we need to retrieve blood from them, it's a lot less stressful for them because they're already used to us manipulating the area. Some behaviours we train is just to check on their mobility. So this looks a bit comical, but it does have a purpose. So we will take a spin around. Don't get dizzy and fall in. So this actually shows us he's using his full range of muscles correctly and he has no joint issues. So if he had pain in his joint, he would probably refuse to do that behaviour completely, or he would do it differently. So that would tell us we need to investigate further. And behaviours that help us to do this are things like layouts. So this is when they know nice and still. You listening? Nice and still. So we can actually bring down a mobile X-ray machine and X-ray the seal whilst they're fully conscious here on section. You can also desense to touch as well, so you can give a good feel around, make sure there's no lumps and bumps, but there shouldn't be any. And also we can ask them to reverse their layout into a reverse layout. So again, it gives us a good view on the underside. For zoos that have females, it's a brilliant behaviour to have trained because you can actually bring down a mobile ultrasound scan machine and scan on the development of any pregnancies without having to use anaesthetic. Now we don't want to use anaesthetic where we don't have to, because for marine mammals it can actually be quite dangerous. So it encourages them to go into a deep dive response. So that's what happens naturally when they dive. Their breathing and organs slow down. Anaesthetic can be quite hard to regulate, so it can slow down to a degree that can be fatal. So the less we have to use it, the safer it is for the seal. Now training is also used as enrichment, which means it helps to keep their brain stimulated and their bodies active. So it acts like a little bit of a game really, because they have to try and remember what cue is actually paired to what behaviour. And it's quite easy when you see animals doing behaviours to anthropomorphise them, which means we tend to put human traits and feelings on things, especially with animals like sea lions, because in a lot of displays you'll see things like this. Atari. Yes. Shall we say hello to everyone? Shall we give everyone a wave? Hello! Everyone wave back. Hello Atari. Fantastic. And shall we say thank you? Shall we give everyone a round of applause? So thank you for coming. Round of applause. Oh, thank you very much. Brilliant. He has absolutely no idea what I've just said to him. So he doesn't understand that sometimes we say hello with a wave or thank you with a clap. He has actually just responded to the cue that we've paired to that behaviour. So once we've taught him to touch his tummy with his flipper, we'll put a cue to it. So his wave is basically responding to my cue, which we've put a wave to. And then the cue for a round of applause is just me slapping the side of my leg. So as I said, it is used as enrichment, so it keeps their brain stimulated. They have to remember what cue belongs to what behaviour. Now we do also train natural behaviours as well, so things they would do naturally in the wild. The only difference is we put it on a cue. They do still do it when we're not here, but for obviously show purposes, we can actually show you what we're on about. So first of all, Tari is going to demonstrate some of his high jumps, and I will warn anyone by the barriers